how I achieve my colors in my whipped cream. This same approach I'm going to show you is the same way I achieve my strong colors as well. But you must note that for you to achieve a good and a solid strong color like black, you know, deep red and the likes of it, you can really not use a liquid based food color or a paste, because you have to use up too much and you will likely lose the stability of the whipped cream. So I always use only like strictly powdered colors, something like this. This one has no name, but it's basically just excellent blend. So I just put it here like a spare. Okay, so this is red, so perhaps I want to color this cream in red. This is what I'll use, and I don't really need too much before I get color, because you know it's dry and it wouldn't alter any stability because it's not liquid. But if you are to achieve a lighter color like peach, coral, pink, yellow, and the likes of it, there are 3 kinds of colors that you can use, and I have all 3 here. You can use your paste color. Your paste color are the thicker kinds of color, like this one. They come in the paste form, so all you need to do is just take a little bit and you put in your cream. You can use the liquid color like I'm going to use for this particular video. This is the liquid color. It's also a food color. This is orange. I'm trying to get peach color here. We all know that to achieve peach is just like a lighter shade of orange. So there are some kinds of color that are versatile. Okay, so for instance, if you want to get different shades of blue, you don't necessarily have to go to the market to buy all shades of blue. You can just buy royal blue, for instance. So you put a little bit for you to achieve sky blue. You put a little extra, you know, to get it deeper, like in a deeper tone. So that's what I'm going to use this. Peradventure, I was going to color this in orange. I'll use more quantity, about 5 drops will give me orange. But for this, I'm just going to make it peach. So I need just about 3 drops of this. I don't measure out my color. I don't have it. I just eyeball it depending on the intensity and you know how strong I want the color to look. But today the cake is for a lady, so I need it to be as subtle as possible. But never overrule the fact that in anything you're doing with whipped cream, you can't really work with a whipped cream that is not stable, because the fact that it has gone through the process of being whipped with the, you know, with the standalone mixer with the wire whisk all chilled, you are going to put it through further pressure or by adding some color. So you must have gone through the process of making it very stiff, at least very rugged enough to hold up more pressure coming in from the mixing of the color. Now, if you're going to use this cake for a second coat, you need to add the color at the point right after you just whip it, not when you take it to the fridge to set a bit, to rest a bit, because by then it's already holding its shape, and you trying to add color at that point, you're going to like deflate it all over again, like you're starting all over again. So at this point, I just only freshly whipped this cream, and it's very stable to a good extent. So all I did was just to take out some, because it's a white cream. Okay, so I only just took out some for me to color. I don't want to color everything because, you know, these are selective colors, and you know, I can't, when I have leftovers, I most likely have to trash them, because you know there are colors that they're not, I can't use all the time. They are gender based, and you know they're very selective. So at this point, I just took this out because I can use it for another cake. But for the purpose of this class, for this tutorial, I'm going to be using this one. Okay, let me just show you how stable this is. See, you should know that your cream is stable enough. See, if you're trying to turn it over and there is no flip, see, I'm actually turning it over and it's not even trying to fall off or anything, and I'm trying to take it out with my palette knife and it's actually holding up. You don't have a whipped cream that is just going to fall right out of your palette knife or your silicone spatula. You should know that cream is not stable enough. So here we have this. I need to shake it off before it can get off. So let's get right into the business. So for today, I'm going to get this into a peach color using my orange liquid color. Now this is food grade water and oil dual purpose pigment color. I can use this to color my chocolate as well. Alright, but that will be right after I melt it, and then I'll just turn it on. So see, it's orange like I said, but I'm not making the cake into orange. Like I said, 3 drops. It might end up being more than 3 drops, like I said, but I'm trying to picture what 3 drops will look like. So here, 1, 2, and 3, something like that. It's a liquid color, so yeah, it's watery. So after that, and when you're mixing in your color into your whipped cream, you would not shake it in vigorously. Like, you don't go with all of the energy. You just need to use the folding technique. You go press it down a bit, okay, like this, and then more like you're getting it into the cream to absorb in a very gentle pattern. See, do that. You go. That's why you have to use a silicone spatula that is actually flexible, you know, to go around all the sides. You can't really use the metal one because it can't bend, it can't turn, it can't do all of this. So when you do, for every stroke, you press it all the way down so you are sure the color is going all the way in. Note that when I'm done mixing this color, it would seem like this cream has lost a little bit of its stability. You really do not have anything to worry about. Why? Because that's the point when I'm trying to still work it up. That's why the stage where you have to return it to the fridge, refrigerator precisely, not freezer here, refrigerator precisely, right before you use it. I mean, like 30 minutes to 1 hour before you apply it on your cake. That's why you can never miss out that step. So look at what I have now. See, I have my peach color coming through. So for every mixing you want to mix, ensure to mix it in at this point. Don't mix in and leave some patches of color and think that, oh, when it's firm enough again, I will mix it. Because at the time when you're going to apply it on your cake, what you're going to do is just like work it in about 2 to 3 strokes, just to make it flexible enough to go on your cake. Because when you keep it in the refrigerator, it's going to firm up definitely. So you don't need to work it up or get it too pressured again, so you don't get it to lose its shape or get too runny or get it too difficult for you to spread on your cake sides and top. So at this point, I have my perfect tone of peach, more like a light tone of coral. Yes, so that's what I have here now. Very subtle enough for an adult who is having a birthday. So that's the color that was requested. So if you don't have peach, you don't need to freak out, you don't need to get agitated. Just get the deeper tone of whatever color that you want to use, and then just use a bit of it to achieve a lighter tone. So after this point, I'll show you something now. You can see that the one without color still looks like it's quite stable, as you see that, and I'm putting it right back because it's not under any pressure. So I want to take out the white part so it doesn't stain the color that I just achieved. And then you notice that at this point, this looks more runny. Like, yeah, it looks very wet and more runny, but can you see it's still actually standing on the spatula? That means that it's just pressured from the mixing. It has not really lost its stability. By the time I take it into the refrigerator and I bring it back, it would be back to this, and then I'll be able to use it very nicely on my cake. For you to know, this is one of the tests that you have to carry out to know if your whipped cream is stable enough. At the point before I mix this in, I could shake it vigorously and it wouldn't fall off. But because now it's a little bit more fragile, I can't do that. Not because it's runny, it's not watery, it's just a bit stressed out. So when it gets into the fridge, it's going to come back and bounce back, and then I'll be able to use it. So here, that we have it. I'm putting it back. See, it can even still hold up for a little bit. See, it's not like it's so bad. See, this is without it getting into the fridge. So you can imagine when it goes into the fridge and it rests properly, at least 30 minutes. Now, I said fridge, not freezer. Please don't make the mistake of putting it into the freezer, because when you do that, the temperature of the freezer is actually too harsh for it, and it would most likely have like a freezing result. And then when you try to work it out, you just end up with a flat batter or like a watery mess. I don't know if you understand that. So please always put it in the refrigerator or in the chiller, as the case may be. And when you're done covering your cake, this is just a little tip. Please always avoid putting your decorated cakes, your decorated whipped cream cakes, in the freezer, because the temperature in the freezer is really so cold as against the temperature outside. So even if you're putting it into a car that has air conditioning at the point of delivery, or even if you're putting it in a car that has air conditioning at the point of delivery, or you're leaving it in a room that's air conditioned or anything because you feel it's cold, it wouldn't still equate to the temperature that it came out from the freezer. That's actually pretty cold. So there's something that's going to happen, and that's called condensation. So your cake that comes out would have frozen, yes, and then when it comes out, it just goes through this natural process of thawing, and then you see streaks of sweat, that dripping thing coming all over a cake, and then it ruins the beauty of the cake. So please always keep in the fridge or in the chiller so that you can maintain like a cool temperature that wouldn't be too harsh as against what is outdoor. Okay, so I hope this very quick tutorial was very helpful to you. I hope you learned something new. I hope you try it. This technique applies to all of the ways I color my cream, whatever it is, whatever color is going to go into my already whipped cream. Note that please don't make the mistake of adding the color at the beginning. Always add it after you've achieved the stability on the cream, and then you use your palette knife, your silicone spatula, to fold in the color into your cream so that you don't tamper with the stability, and so that you can always achieve a good result every single time. So that will be all for today. It was a short class, it was a short tutorial. I just wanted to chip this in, and I really do hope it helped you. So till next time, I remain your favorite girl, Famous Desserts Video. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel as always, and always click the like button. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.